All right, so here we are back in Aldie. As you can see, it's come a long way since our last visit out. In fact, our last visit out, we were just laying out the pool and the pool house to grade with the house. So now we actually have our pool shell in, as you can see. This is the infinity edge over here. And then we've located our spa up closer to the house so that he can use that in the off season and be close to the house. The pool house, obviously the slab has been poured. It's been framed up under roof. You can see where the bathroom and storage room are going to be. The fireplace is being erected. So from here also we're going to be doing a screened in porch. They've demoed the deck up here. We're going to reassemble that, and we're going to build a retaining wall, a stone retaining wall, and close it in with screening, so he's going to have a sheltered area underneath his deck there. We're going to place a door in the middle where that central window is, so he can come in and out right to the screen porch and have a nice view of the project and of his property. What you see here is the plumbing for the pool and the spa. And actually, what we have here is a shared system. Both the spa and the pool share the same plumbing. They share the same filter, the same heater, the same, we have a saltwater chlorination system here. So they share all the equipment, and it's all going to be located down here. What happens is there's different temperature controls for the spa and for the pool. So most likely we'll be keeping the spa around 103 degrees. Pool will probably be kept around 80, 82 degrees. But what this system allows you to do, even though it's a shared plumbing system, so you're maintaining the same chemical balance in both, but it allows you to keep a different temperature at the spa than you would with the pool. All you do is switch it to spa mode, and within half an hour you can heat that spa up from 80, 82 to 100, 102 degrees. In the winter, if you like, you can just shut down, so you're only heating the spa, and then the pool you are no longer heating. So that allows you to have the spa, active without heating the pool during the winter. The stone of choice here for our flat work is a travertine. It's a honed travertine. It has pit holes. It looks very natural. It's a light color with some caramel streaking through it. It really helps with the heat in the summer as far as how it feels to the touch. It doesn't get as hot as some of the blue stones or grayer stones. That's going to come right up to the pool edge. There's going to be a precast concrete coping. All of the stone walls are going to be capped with blue stone, and as well as all the treads for the steps. All the masonry is going to be a blue stone. The vertical work is going to be, it's a combination of stone. It's some beiges and some tans, kind of reflect the colors that are going on here with the house, but it's a very warm color. So all of the vertical work, all of your step risers, all of the retaining walls are going to be done with that combination of tans and beiges. So here we are in the pool house. This is an open air pool house, as you can see. There's not going to be any walls on this portion of it. Over there we have the bathroom to the right and the storage area to the left. Obviously you can see our fireplace being erected. The kitchen area / wet bar area is going to be out here. There's your plumbing for your sink right there. Gas line for the grills over here. So this is going to be a really nice area to sit and just be open to really the whole countryside out there, as well as obviously the new outdoor living space with the infinity edge pool over here. So originally the pool house was flip-flopped in the design, with the kitchen area / bar area over there and the bathroom and storage area down here. But upon further review, and this is another example of staying fluid in the process with design changes and flexible on both the client's end and our end, we decided to flip this pool house because as we looked at it, it made a lot more sense to have this kitchen main entertaining area where everyone's going to be hanging out here with this awesome view of the new pool and of the hillside and the mountains in the background. So this is a great example of staying open and fluid to change, and I think that our client, he recognizes that he's a beneficiary of that flexibility. Well, this was an existing deck with no protection underneath and just a kind of a mulch bed. And then originally they had decided that they may do a storage area under here. But when you start looking at how high end of a project this is, that really just didn't go. That concept didn't go. In addition to that, the client is somewhat of a fair-skinned guy, and he had brought up several times in our meetings that he did want some protection from the sun. And while he does have the cabana or the pool house over there, he thought he made like a secondary area to kind of hang out and be protected. And so here is a natural area, and really kind of helped finish off the project was we've actually taken the whole deck down. We're going to rebuild it, waterproof the ceiling, and do a finished cedar ceiling here with ceiling fans and recessed cans, lights, and speakers with a stone wall around the perimeter. So this is going to become a really another outdoor room, totally protected from the elements and the sun, and looking out over his new outdoor living space. So it really complements the project. Really made a lot of sense to make this change. So here we are in the pool shell, which really sets the basis for the whole project. This was set first. This is based off of elevations of the house and that basement door right there. That basement door is ground zero. Everything's based off of that. So this is so many feet below that, and the pool house is in relation to that as well. Everything's based off that. So this got set first. You can see it's a very interesting design. We have, this is really a sitting area. It's a step, but this is a place you can place lounge chairs, like a beach entrance. And there's another one right over here. This is, I believe, an 8-foot deep pool here. This is our infinity edge right there, which you can see looks out, over the hillside. Very, very cool. So we're going to have a sitting area up here above the pool with a trellis above it, and a fire pit. As I mentioned before, the spa was originally located up here, but upon further consideration, we decided to locate it closer to the house. So we have a fire pit above here with a trellis. This is our infinity edge right here. Obviously, you can see this is the deep part of the pool, plenty deep. Very, very, very nice shape that I think is really going to fit in nicely with the landscape and the hardscape around it. This is the infinity edge right here, or they call it a weir. So you can see the water is going to come and just shed right off the back of it and into the weir behind it. So there's a receiving area behind it. So infinity edge, and we have our weir. So this is all going to be with stonework veneered to it. So it's really going to be nice. So this is the rough gunite. So this is the rough shell. We then apply a finish coat to this, a smooth coat that can be, there's a lot of varieties out there. It could be several different colors. It can have some pebbles in it. There's different brands. This particular one is going to be basically a light gray, so it's really going to kind of reflect the skies. So on a day like today, it's going to be very light blue, very clear. If you get with a deeper color, we're doing some pools like that right now. That's a really nice look too. It's kind of a natural look, but it's a good bit darker. But depending on what your stonework is on around it, for instance, here we're doing that light color travertine, so you really could go either way. A darker blue pool would stand out very much, whereas a lighter, sky colored or light gray colored is kind of going to blend with it and look very clean. And the idea here with that infinity edge is to have that clean look with just the water, the water just disappearing over the edge. This whole video experience that I've been involved with over the last several months with Jim and Gearship, I can't even explain how it's changed things, and I'm excited to continue it. We just finished videoing our final episode of the first project that we ever started, and I have people that come to me and see people that know me and say they're watching the episodes, much like a HGTV program, and they can't wait for the next episode to see it come to fruition. So it's exciting. And I know that, for instance, this very job right here, which is a substantial job, it's an expensive job, big job, very design-oriented. The lead came from a video that someone saw, and then obviously we had to be vetted and go through the process, but that's where it came from. And I think that the videos really help explain the process and kind of what really goes on these projects. I think that with the advent of HGTV, people sometimes expect it to go from the beginning to end very rapidly and very smoothly, and that's always the goal. But it is a large undertaking. Any project to this degree, with this complexity, it's a big project. You have to work with people, a lot of people, to get it done. It really, I think, helps show what goes into a project like this and kind of brings home to people the real process. So the pool house has got a few things going on. Obviously you can see the fireplace being erected. We have an outdoor kitchen, wet bar. We have a bathroom, we have a storage room. So the kind of the main entertaining space is going to be right in front of that fireplace. And then also obviously the kitchen bar top, which is going to be located on this outside portion of the pool house. It's really going to provide an awesome viewing area of the entire property and area, as well as a great viewing area of the pool. So it's really going to be very functional. They're going to be tied in with the same hardscape, the same pool decking. The travertine is going to be the flooring for the pool house. So it's really just going to roll right into the pool house, this hardscape. And the fireplace is going to be veneered with the same stone as all the retaining walls and steps. So It's really going to be a very uniform project. It's going to be pulled together very nicely with the masonry. So when we talk about changes that happen during the natural progression of the project, a great example is what we're going to be doing up here. The client already had a deck, but there was nothing underneath of it. It was a nice deck. It looked good. It was a synthetic deck. But when looking at this project as a whole, we really decided that it'd be a great feature to redo this deck with a screened-in living area, dry space below. So this is going to have, it's going to be dry during, when it's raining outside. You have ceiling fans. You're going to have ceiling lights. You're going to be able to enter and exit straight through into the screen porch, protection from the sun. But this wasn't part of the original project. But it kind of came up during conversations, and it's an add-on. It's something that we've negotiated a new contract and added it to the existing scope of work. But this is a very good example of things that happen when you start a project. And it just needs to be decided on, and we need to look at it in a design sense, and then look at it in how it adds to the scope of work and how it may change as far as the monetary figure. But it really is a good example of how you need to remain flexible during these projects. These ideas come up, and you really want to examine it, and there's already a great investment going on here, both on the part of the client, obviously, and us as the people that are executing the project. So you really want to see it to its finest, and this is a good example of something that was decided on that I know is going to add such a finishing quality to the project as a whole. know, it's a natural part